Channel. It is Ms. J Motivates, and today we're going to be talking about the topic of why Christian girls and Christian guys might feel out of the loop of what they're wearing and how they perceive themselves. And yeah, before we start, thank you guys so much for 86 subscribers. I want to make it to 100 soon, so hit that subscribe button and let me know your comments down below of what you think. If you're walking with God, if you are on the journey of walking with Christ, let me know your comments down below, my brothers and sisters. Let's get into the video. I wanted to talk about this because yesterday was the 4th of July and I felt some type of way. I felt really like out of the loop. I felt really like, why am I wearing this? And I felt really, and the reason why I'm wearing modest clothing and I want to walk with Jesus Christ is because I want to be committed to God. Just how I'm committing with the gym, just how I'm committed with everything else, I want to be committed with walking with Jesus Christ. And specifically, I want to come from a girl's perspective. I'll try to do it on a man's perspective, kind of, sort of. But yesterday, everyone was wearing these skimpy outfits, showing everything, revealing everything. It's the 4th of July, and everyone's there with their spouse or their girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever, family, friends, having a good time watching the fireworks. It's a huge park, and there's different demographics, but most of the people were wearing these skimpy outfits, and most of the girls my age were wearing these skimpy outfits. And I'm seeing all these girls looking like revealing everything and just like being skimpy. And I'm just like, I don't know, like I don't feel confident in this outfit because it's not my style and it's not what I'm used to. And if you want to walk with Jesus Christ, you have to be out of your comfort zone. You have to follow the commandments and, respect our body. Our body is a temple. And as a woman, we feel out of loop more than men. Feel out of loop in certain situations, but this certain situations with clothing and stuff, I feel like it's more towards women, you know? And I'm not trying to be like, oh, womanhood, blah blah. Men also have this issue as well. But I don't see like a few like men as just like, oh, I don't like my outfit or whatever. Like they're confident, they're really confident or whatever the case may be. But anyways, yeah, I felt really out of loop because all these girls were wearing these skimpy outfits, showing their bottom, showing their, breast, and all these different things. And I'm just like, that is not cute. You know what I mean? I started to remind myself that I'm walking with Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ and told us in the Bible that our body is a temple and we should respect our body. We should not showcase all these things. That's for marriage, and if you're with your spouse for real, like if you want to marry your spouse for real. And I feel like in today's age, we see that we're always comparing ourselves, we're always depicting ourselves, we're always like looking at other people's outfits and thinking like, like I wish I was wearing that. But I'm gonna put my outfit on the screen right here of what I wore yesterday, and it was nice. I feel like it was nice. It was comfortable. It was relaxing, and I felt like there was nothing wrong with it. And number one, like I couldn't really fit anything because I'm bloated. Yeah, that right. And number two, I was just like, I want to walk with Jesus Christ and I want to be committed to Him. So I'm gonna wear this instead of wearing these skimpy outfits that show everything. And there's a lot of videos out there of like, should girls wear bikinis on the beach, should girls wear this, should girls wear that, while respecting Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? But I still see girls, and I still came into counter with girls that wear these skimpy outfits and showing revealing stuff, but they still believe in Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. We're kind of like tweaking what God. We're kind of like disobeying what God said though in the Bible, but at the same time, like half of them are just like expressing themselves. Because in this generation, we're all about expressing ourselves, and we're always like we're so soft in this generation. I'm sorry to say that, but most of this generation is really soft and feeble because we're caring about our mental health and that and the third, which is great. Love that for us, but at the same time, we're soft as heck. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I just felt out of the loop. I felt like weird. And I feel like that was the enemy trying to say like you should go back to your clothing. You shouldn't have donated all those clothes that you had and bought these modest clothing. And that's what the devil wants. The devil wants us to wear things that are revealing to get that attention and to be out there. When you're not out there and when you're wearing things that the generation isn't wearing, you're different. You're just different. You're just valuing yourself more, and you're feeling like you own this shit. You own this shit even though you're wearing different clothing. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I saw this girl in the park. She was wearing like this flannel and these shorts. It was really nice. Like, I feel like modesty should not be a trend, but it should be something that stays forever. And we see like old money aesthetic. I'm gonna pop it up. We're seeing old money aesthetic come back. We're seeing all these aesthetics coming back, but it doesn't have to be an aesthetic. It doesn't have to be a trend. It could be something that stays forever. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I know most people don't like the old money aesthetic or the modesty aesthetic, but it's not an aesthetic at the end of the day. It's more than an aesthetic. And as us Christians, I want to hear your thoughts down below of what do you think about everything's like a core, like bad girl core or money aesthetic, old money aesthetic, or early 2000s aesthetic or early 2000s core or nostalgic core. Like we're adding these type of words to make it sound nice and good, and then is trends. You know what I mean? um it's just a lot. We as Christians, once we transition into walking with God and we're serious about God, that's when we have a lot of temptations. Especially if you're a new Christian or you're serious with God now than you were before, and you're just seeing things that tick you off a little bit, and you're seeing things that look weird and look like, what are they wearing? You know what I mean? So yeah, as I started to walk and stuff like that, I didn't get no compliments and I didn't get no nothing, and I'm fine with that. Like I'm totally fine with that. Like not getting compliments all the time, and like you could still look good in your modest outfit, and then your skimpy outfit that's showing everything in the third and your butt and dada. You could still get accolades and attention, but it's different accolades and attention based on what you're wearing. So brothers and sisters, remember, like, just be careful what you have in your wardrobe. Donate some stuff if you want. Have a keep and donate section. Start acknowledging that your clothing would attract people and would bring attention. You know what I mean? And also, a little bit about men. I feel like men. I was doing some research last night. I'm like, how many men are like going to Christianity? A lot of men are going through Christianity, and I'm so happy because I know like a lot of men are going through depression and going through this and that and lusting and sinning and da da and the third, and there's Pornhub, there's this, there's that, there's this, and I'm glad as I'm a girl and I'm walking with Jesus Christ, and I'm serious about walking with Jesus Christ. And time and time again, I'm making these videos about God and Christianity because that's what I strongly believe, and no one's gonna like persuade me. Oh, you should go to Islamic. You should. No, like I believe what I want to believe. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna pop up the percentage up here, and it shocked me like how many men are turning to Christianity and trying to change their perspective on how they think. Because I know a lot of men are just going through a mental health crisis and wanting to kill themselves and hung themselves and just don't want to be here. But God has a plan for everybody, and if you just pray and if you just you do things that um, would lead you in the right direction, wear the right clothing, as we said, you will be in the right direction and the right path. And my brothers of Christ, I'm so proud of you guys for just turning to Christianity and just being in that sort of atmosphere, because it's a wonderful atmosphere once you get into it. Once you start being dedicated and reading your Bible and praying every day, I'm just so proud of the men that are turning to Christianity or just acknowledging their mental health. That's amazing. We don't praise men like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Brothers and sisters, remember your clothing, your wardrobe is important much than anything else. Honestly, if you're going outside, be appropriate of what you wear, and just God bless you.